the program, ladies and gentlemen. Now, Tobin and Leroy taking you up until 2 o'clock here on 560 WQAM. How you doing, Leroy? You look disgusted with me. What's that look? What? You're not excited for official NBA predictions?
No.
Why?
Because as we have so learned, doing this, that's a win, that's a loss.
That's not this.
It's never accurate.
But that's not this. This is completely different from that's a win, that's a loss. This is official NBA predictions. Ergo, we will be picking our top seeds, okay? We will be picking our conference finalists, our NBA finalists. And if you want to throw in some awards, I like to do the awards as well. Completely different from that's a win, that's a loss, dude. Completely
This is so much
different.
worse, actually.
Why? Well, first of all, it would be worse if you consider that's a win, that's a loss bad. So you mean less awesome?
Well, I'm talking for Leroy. Remember, I'm his spirit.
I mean, you know,
This is worse.
This is
You're
not
even
for me.
predicting-
This is like here.
I don't need you to go
Doing
like
it-
1 through.
wait.
Give me like your top 3 seeds.
Doing it this way. I don't mind doing this.
Okay, sounds like you're in.
You're in.
But to go game by game, and
We did that already.
Huh?
We did that already, though.
That's so stupid.
We did that already. I don't remember what I had the Heat's record at. I think it was it 62-20? I think it was about 62-20.
Yep.
That being
Wait,
said,
where did you have the Canes?
I want to say I had them either 11-1 or 10-2. I don't remember.
10 and
10-2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Responsible, I thought.
Mature.
They didn't make it out of the first month.
Yeah, no. Middle Tennessee State. Well, you're telling me I should feel fine about that, and I think that's crazy.
No, I'm not saying you should feel fine. What I'm saying is that understand the situation that the team is in,
Mhm.
the coaching staff,
Mhm.
and understand that there's going to be some type of adjustment. That what did you think? Mario's going to just come in and win a national championship?
No, I thought he was going to come in and not lose to Middle Tennessee State.
That's going to be your answer for everything?
It's kind of a big trump card, dude.
No, it's not.
Kind of is.
I mean,
It's pretty bad.
Who they lose to is irrelevant at this point.
Oh my God, you're so adorable. Sometimes I want to just pinch your cheeks.
Wow.
That's funny. That's not what I was thinking.
Let's get into some headlines here. Brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
Last night, Panthers suffered their first loss of the
Oh, yeah.
season. Lost to the Bruins 5-3. I tell you what, this Kachuk, he likes starting fights.
Oh my goodness. He is in the
Yeah.
middle of everything.
He is.
He's out there for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and by the time he leaves, everybody's pissed off.
He at one point just like went around the goal and just gave an elbow right to somebody's chops. I'm like, why did he do that?
Yeah.
But then they did not like that because then Boston was getting some cheap shots in on him. And then somehow he ended up in the penalty box. I'm like, what is this? Whatever, dude. You know what? They can bounce back. Back at it tomorrow. Home opener for the Cats. Inter Miami season comes to an end. They lose to New York City FC 3-0. So that's sad. But the big news yesterday, Mike McDaniel confirming Tua Tagovailoa. He will practice on Wednesday in preparation to start on Sunday against the Pittsburgh Steelers and his good friend Brian Flores. Here is McCochin.
The plan is for him to approach the game as the starter. So he'll be able to get those reps in on Wednesday, and felt really good about how he was able to get back on the field. What's unique about his whole process was that his last full week of practice was the week of the Buffalo Bills game. So that last week was a big week to get through the protocol, see all the specialists, get all the information, and then get them back moving around. He responded real well and was his exuberant self, and we'll be excited to see him practice on Wednesday. And I know the team will be as well.
I'm excited. I miss him so much. How do you not miss Tua playing football, dude?
Well, after seeing the last 3 results, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they got to do a few things for him. One, a little better with protection.
That'd be nice.
2, try to make sure you continue to try to establish the run. And everything else will take care of itself. Like, there were a lot of plays, like Teddy Bridgewater played fine, but there were a lot of plays where you knew Tua has been accurate or more accurate with those throws.
Man. Melvin Gordon tickle your fancy? He was making a stink last night.
No.
Washed?
No, I thought he was going to be good. He was decent last year, right? He just fumbles a lot.
Last year, Melvin Gordon, 918 yards, rushing to it. So he had like 1,100 total yards from scrimmage.
Yeah.
About the same as the year before that. He's 29 now. Boosted's 31.
Yeah, but he don't hit.
I'm just looking for something, dude. I don't know if they can find somebody out there that you think would help, because it does feel like the rat's up a ship on Chase Edmonds.
You need somebody with that size that runs that way, right? It's great to have a lot of speed at all the positions, but at running back, you need consistency and not just a game breaker.
I think I saw that the Dolphins had the second best odds to get McCaffrey. Just sports books like to put out like who will this guy end up? And the Dolphins, it was Bills favored, Dolphins second. But I saw something that the Carolina Panthers wanted 2 first-round picks for him, and they can kick the sharpest of rocks if that's the case.
Yeah, he doesn't even last the whole season.
Nah, I can't. I can't
Send
do
him Chase Edmonds and give him a second.
I'll even give
a
him a first-round pick. I'm not gonna lie. I'll even give one.
You give a first-round pick for Christian McCaffrey?
It's really good.
I don't know, dude.
It ain't. Look, here's the thing. If you would have traded and got him before they signed him to that big contract, then yeah. But we're doing you a solid by taking this money off your books. I'm not then going to give you a first-round pick.
Yeah, agreed. But I'm with you. They need to seem to find some way to establish it, because one of the guys that they were counting on is Chase Edmonds. It really does feel like they have shied away from him ever since he dropped that ball against Cincinnati.
You know what happens? Here's what happens especially at running back. You don't want to be put in a situation where you can only do certain things on the field, because it kind of hinders your offense. So when you have a running back that plays in a lot of different situations, but he doesn't catch the ball, that means he's eliminated from half of those situations. And that's the problem you're faced with at running back, when you have a guy who maybe runs the ball really well but can't catch a lick. That's hard, to game plan around when everybody's just looking at who you have in the game and determining what plays you're going to run. It limits what you can do. That's part of the reason why. Now, I think he's just dropping the ball. I don't think he can't catch.
You think it's in his head?
I don't know what it is. He ain't catching it, right? So,
you ever get in a funk like that?
Nope. Mm-hmm. I could probably count on one hand the amount of balls I dropped that were right in my hands.
Here's a little bit more of McCoachin on Tua coming back and them getting their leader back.
No, I think he's a captain. He's a captain for a reason. And as I've told you guys from the onset, I think he's a very, very good player at that position. So very, very good players. They definitely give people a boost, not because of what other people aren't, but more just because he is who he is. So, he's a strong fabric of this team, and that's exciting when you get to go play with one of your brothers, which is why the team will be excited, and it will be exciting.
Tua Tagovailoa, huge thread count. Fabric of the team, dude.
I was wondering.
What do you mean? Why are you looking at me like that? Why are you looking away? Fabric of the team, dude. You don't want a thread count that's cheap. tears easily. You know, strong thread count.
That good stuff.
What do you got? You got some silk sheets? What do you and Big Spoon roll around in?
Mm,
You like some jersey cotton? I like a jersey cotton sheet.
Jersey cotton.
Yeah, you don't like those jersey sheets? I'm a fan.
I didn't know there was a-
Jersey cotton.
Ah, it's like
I
a
actually
kind of-
have.
Yeah, they're
pillows.
good, right,
J-Fig?
J-Fig? Yeah, pretty
Jersey
good.
cotton.
It's a nice little change up.
Is Jersey cotton?
Breathes in the summer.
If I get hot, I just sleep naked.
Oh, okay. All right.
We'll take a break. Back with more for this.
Was you explaining somebody who knocked their last 3 opponents out with a head kick, and then you tried to kick,
Yeah,
and it didn't get above this table,
it did not.
and you said that's because I'm not left-handed.
Not left-legged.
Wait, did I miss something?
We were talking about
Can you
Cheeto
do this
Vera.
one
Well,
more
because
time?
Sean O'Malley's only loss, which he doesn't really give credit to because he got hurt in the fight, is to Cheeto Vera. And Cheeto Vera is he's knocked out his 3 last opponents with head kicks. And I was trying to do his last one because it was kind of like a lowish kick. He got somebody ducking. So that's what I was trying to explain there. I could kick higher if I want.
I mean, I wanted to see the demonstration.
Nah, I mean, it hurts. I don't want to, I got a
wow.
big day in
Why
front of
is it
me.
hurting?
It's just, I don't want to, I got to stretch. So maybe another time, though. Jennifer.
Stretch. When was the last time you stretched? Stop lying to these people. Stretch. I gotta stretch. You actually, when somebody talks about stretching, you bring up the old Cleveland Browns coach.
Stretching. 2 world wars. 2 world wars. Let's hear a little bit from Mike McDaniel. So we all, I blasted Jalen Waddle yesterday. I said he blew the game, which he did. But I still love him. You got to be honest with the ones you love. And here's Mike McDaniel saying basically Jalen Waddle. What? He's trying to make a great play.
What? No.
Hmm?
You have to be honest with the ones you love.
Yeah, you have to be honest with the ones you love.
Are you married?
Yeah.
Then you know that's not true.
No, I'm very honest with Mrs. Tobin. Very honest. You know why? Because, she's, I had the dragon package get delivered and she goes, "What is that?" I said, "Well, she goes, you know what? Never mind."
Because she didn't want you to lie.
Nice.
No, I wasn't going to lie, but she just didn't even want to hear the truth.
Yeah.
Because you got to be honest with the ones you love.
She supports her partner.
My wife said any future things after I broke the car.
Yep.
Any future things, you need to get a jackass release form.
That's right. That's right. That did happen.
Yes.
I apologize. Anyway, here's Mike McDaniel on Jalen Waddle.
Things will happen that you don't want to happen. Regardless, he was trying to catch the first turnover that bounced off of him and was an interception. Then he was trying to score when he let the ball be a little loose, and 22 made a terrific play.
I was going to call his number.
That is coming from the right place. He's trying to help the team win. And then you can just learn from those examples because they're very powerful and emotional, because that's the type of competitor he is.
Yeah. I feel bad.
Listen, you are not gonna, there ain't nobody who sympathizes more with that situation than me.
Of course.
So I'm not I said,
Still love him.
If you play football enough and touch the ball enough, things like that will happen.
If I could take, Jalen Waddle out for a daiquiri, and just, hear about how upset he was, I would, just as a friend.
I don't want him to be upset anymore, because I believe that sometimes you act upset just to show people that you care, not that you're really upset. I'm one of those people that believes if you tried your best, that wasn't your intention to be careless or, with the football, don't do it again. Keep it moving, because you're going to be in those situations if you play enough football. And if you can, he's played 18 games, 20 games?
20, yeah.
20 games, right? And he's got 150, 160 catches?
He's good.
Right. You gonna have situations where you get caught in compromising positions. So, like, just move on.
Here's a little more from Mike McDaniel.
Definitely case by case for him in particular. You know, I recognize it as a good thing in nature. Like, it's good that you're mad. But you know, he's a young player that is going to have a wonderful career, and we rely on him to, you know, make plays for us. So, to me, I think, you know, the one of the things that he can take a step forward in is being able to translate that frustration towards the next play rather than his helmet in the sideline bench.
Well, you got to get your anger out, though. Like, I don't.
No, he makes it. And I think he kind of says that. Look, it's okay to be upset, but keep in mind, the most important thing is that you get that out of your system and continue to play.
Right.
But I know fans. I know people, right? If you don't give the required amount of anger on the sideline, people are going to say you don't care.
No, he very clearly cares.
Okay, but see, because he reacted that way doesn't mean he cares.
It doesn't?
It means he cares to you.
Yeah.
And I think that's what Mike was kind of
Wants him to
alluding
move
to.
on.
It's like, look, man, we know you don't, this is not your deal. Move on. But you got to show that anger so people think you care.
But also, like, how else are you supposed to react? Like, if your mistake leads to a 53-yard touchdown, it's impossible, I feel like, to not sulk in that a
You
little
can
bit.
be, you can be upset and sulk, but sometimes, like, guys have to act a certain way so everybody thinks they care. That's the helmet thing. That's whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't think at any point in time, and I would say to people, they go, what happened on that fumble? I said, you think I wanted to fumble it? You, like, really?
Did
Right?
anybody ask you that?
Yes. Like, it's sometimes, look, think about this. Sometimes, and this would happen to me a lot. I'd be holding on the ball so tight, right?
Yeah.
To try to secure it. I would get hit with a helmet and the ball would squirt because I'm holding it so tight.
You're too jacked.
No, it's not that.
That's not what I heard. I heard Leroy's got a couple of 1-2 guns. Couple bazookas. Well, I'm sorry.
I know. I need to get up out of this. So, yeah, I get it. I understand it. I think here's the other thing. Your coach doesn't react like that, right? And so it's okay that you don't, because that's his demeanor. Is he wants everybody to focus and move forward.
Yeah.
I will say this.
What is his quote this year? Is adversity is an opportunity?
Yeah. I would say this, though. I'm a little concerned with the number of penalties.
Yeah, it's been bad.
I wish they would ask him, how do you fix it? It's not necessarily his fault, because a lot of the penalties are careless. But what ends up happening is that, and people don't understand this, sometimes a penalty comes from the fact that you can't block or tackle or defend the guy across
No,
from
they
you.
had a couple turnstiles out there.
Right. And so
And I'm sure there's got to be other guys compensating for other stuff, and I'm sure them messes up everything else.
that's how it is. So, but I would say I would like to see the penalties cut down a little bit,
No
because
doubt.
they're not, especially, and here's the way you have to think of it. When you have a backup quarterback in and you have your third string quarterback in, when they make a play, it needs to count, right? Because the reason why they're second and third string is we've already identified that they're not making as many plays as the starter.
Right.
So when they do make plays, then they need to count. And there were so many plays made that moved the ball down the field that got called back on just ridiculousness, just bad plays.
That drive was insane. Like, I don't understand. I don't remember seeing so many first downs, so many chunk plays, you just get wiped away consistently.
They had 100 yards of total offense in that one drive and never got past midfield.
It was insane.
It was crazy,
it was so angry.
But that's the frustrating thing about watching your team. If you're watching your team, can you tell me definitively that the Dolphins didn't outplay? Didn't outplay Minnesota.
I felt like they did. That's why it's crushing.
Right. Every statistic that you use to identify who won the game was in favor of the Dolphins except one. And that's turnovers.
Turnovers and penalties, killer.
And penalties.
Yep.
Penalties, man, you can't. And so I don't know how you fix that. There's certain teams that don't have a lot of penalties. That also comes from that coach. That coach is a no-nonsense guy. And I don't know how to fix that because he has such a great relationship with his players that I always wonder, why can't you just go in and say, look, guys, enough of this. Enough of this.
I feel like he's probably tried.
Is he?
You think he's just, what do you think? He's broskiing him, playing some hacky sacks?
I just think that it catches up to you and you don't realize that you have that many because you're in the process of figuring out the game. And then after the game, you look at it and say, wow, it felt like a lot. 11 penalties?
It was bad.
Right.
We'll take a quick break here on the show. We got some more shenanigans to get into. Also coming up next hour, going to give away a pair of tickets to Heat and Raptors this Saturday. Be listening for the Precious Achua song. That is your cue to call. Back with more on Tobin and Leroy after this.